Welcome back. Goal today is finish Final Fantasy 13 free. I have 3 days left. There's no more side quest except the one quest that does it. Just don't wanna work apparently. I should teleport to use and check if it's actually working. I can first check the camels and prayers here.
I hope you can.
Nope.
I hope you keep
the order of salvation. Please pray and thank Almighty God for allowing us to see
Welcome
another
in.
dawn.
Come back.
Let's teleport down to use now. Fine.
It's time to rebuild you stuff. What it once was.
Miss Mighty save.
Nothing new.
I have special powers.
Welcome. When offering a complete dining experience to discerning patrons, one must always end. I am constantly assessing the dining space from our customers want more than just a meal. They come for the...
Wow, it actually
That
works
was
now.
useful information, but you still have more to learn. You should visit more restaurants in the Glutton's Quarter.
Welcome. We have our customers. We put a lot of.
Light, I'm glad you're enjoying all the food, but I hope all these rich meals don't slow you down.
Yeah, sure.
Step right up! Our meat is shipped to grilling and roasting are the best. The key is no... And we do that better than it. Every one of our... We get our seafood fresh. A chef is even more important when preparing uncooked dishes. The way you slice a tuna makes...
Dun, dun.
2 more places, Light, and you'll have managed to sample all the popular restaurants of the...
Welcome! From the elegant simplicity of straight spirits on the rocks, cocktails can be served, chilled, or everyone has their own preferences.
Almost there, Light. You have 1 more restaurant left to visit.
He's only the most famous.
Come enjoy the healthy. Even kids who hate greens, vitamins in vegetables are determined by their color.
Well, you visited all the best restaurants. What do you say, Light? Do you feel like you've learned all there is to know?
Listening to scraps of advice from chefs won't make me an expert. Besides, most of what they told me was common sense, and they didn't tell me anything I hadn't heard before.
Maybe you should go back and talk to a real expert. Go to the Banquet of the Lord and see what Gordon Gourmet has to say.
Well, how goes the culinary?
I did what you suggested. I visited the top restaurants in the neighborhood.
That is excellent news. So now let me... If CD's restaurant wants to turn its business around, You've eaten at XIII's and at the best establishments in Yusnan. Why don't you? I'd be interested to hear your opinion.
Why? Is this some kind of test?
Yes, exactly. Now tell me, what did all the successful restaurants have in common that poor old XIII's lacks?
Let me see. Everyone I spoke to was helpful. They seemed honest and open. I don't think they were lying to me, but something.
Oh, would you care to elaborate?
Well, it almost felt like they were hiding something from the customers. But it wasn't as if they were deliberately lying or trying to deceive anyone. In fact, I don't think they realized it themselves. They thought they were telling me everything they knew. Yes, that's it. It was unconscious, like an instinct. They were hiding something, but they weren't doing it deliberately at all. I'd say the very best chefs, restaurant managers, and bartenders all share some kind of secret. It's like a special ingredient that makes their food stand out from the others.
What a wonderful deduction. You have hit the nail on the head. To think you discovered this answer only after visiting a few establishments. It is as you say, the best, most successful restaurants have a certain je ne sais quoi, a secret something that makes their offerings unique.
If he has
And finding
spilled the
that
beans
something, that is what I do
of
best.
every
In other words, if the
who how to
restaurant
do
does
it,
not already
then
have a
maybe someone
special
just copy
something,
it.
then I simply cannot help it.
Then what about XIII's? Do you think you can help him?
I can tell you this, the chef there already knows his secret. The talent is there to make that restaurant a success. Unfortunately for him, the secret spice that gives his dishes flair is extremely rare. Let me be specific. Once upon a time, CD's recipes all featured the spice commonly known as civet musk, but then supplies dried up and the restaurant fell.
You seem to know a lot about CD's.
Well, a long time ago,
Fine by me. All I need to know is that if I can find this spice, the restaurants should start bringing in customers.
yes, exactly. The problem is the spice is not easy to find. It's such a shame. All for want of a single spice, his restaurant is failing. He has the recipe.
So it turns out this civet musk is a precious commodity. Why don't you let Gordon Gourmet know you have some? He can tell you what to do next.
wow.
Upstairs is the banquet of the Lord.
Here at the banquet of the Lord,
Ha! I'd recognize that fragrance anywhere. You found civet musk. Thank you indeed. It's very kind what you're doing. CD's is lucky to have you on its...
Why are you thanking me? If anyone should be grateful, it's me, and the owner of CD's for all of your helpful advice.
Oh, right so. When you put it that way, of course you're right. I just get caught up in a project and start thinking it's my own restaurant. But back to business. I want you to take it back to CD's together with the civet musk you acquired.
So, you still don't want to...
I'm afraid that won't happen. However, that doesn't stop me from wishing him and CD's the very best. Please tell
Okay. Want to see his son or
Lightning,
something.
are you thinking what I'm thinking? Do you remember what the owner of CD's told us when we met?
You mean the story about his son that ran away from home when the restaurant started struggling? Great minds, Hope. We've both been thinking that maybe this son of his went on to become a famous food expert.
And that's why Gordon won't meet CD's owner. But he still clearly wants to help out. Let's take the civet musk and recipe to CD's.
Gordon Gourmet created a new recipe for you. You should make it with this civet musk. Do that and you'll be able to save your restaurant. At least, that's what he said.
Why, thank you. This is wonderful.
How can I ever
This is
think?
incredible. Everything is here in black and white. A groundbreaking dish. I'd never have thought to do half the things in this recipe. The genius of Gordon Gourmet oozes from every word.
Notice anything else?
About the recipe? No, not particularly. It's well organized, written in a clear hand. Wait, this handwriting, it looks strangely familiar. Yes, I've seen it before. These swirls, these bold loops. Could it be?
I think so. It turns out Gordon Gourmet has a secret identity. He's your long-lost son.
He is? And you're sure it was him who created this wonderful recipe?
Indeed.
But more importantly, he's in this town. Is he happy?
You have nothing to worry about. He's doing great. Except, I'm really sorry, but I don't think he wants to see you again. I can't tell you where he is.
But why? Yes, we quarreled when he left, but that was a long time ago. Is he still angry at?
Do you have a message for him? I can make sure he gets it.
Well, how about this? I'm gonna make his dish. Would you be so good as to deliver it to him? At the very truth be told, what I really want to tell him is to come back to... Perhaps if he knew that I still haven't lost my touch. Would that be enough to entice...
I don't think words alone will do it, but if he tries your dish and...
Sure. Some
And
good old
there it
father and
is,
son
finished
business.
at last. Here, please.
All right. I'm feeling hungry anyway.
Food sounds.
Wow. This might be the most delicious thing I've ever had in my entire life. Really, it's incredible.
Why, thank you. Although all the credit must go to my son, it was his doing. Here, I've made enough for one more. I've asked you for many...
Sure. I'll take it to Gordon Gourmet.
Steak e la civil. I mean, why don't you just follow me?
Welcome, everyone, to the banquet hall.
Please, will you help me one more time? Oh, do I smell what I think I smell? I do, don't I? That must be my recipe.
Yes, the owner at XIII's insisted that I bring you a portion so you could taste it for yourself.
I see. Well, then...
More eating sound.
Oh, yes. A perfect balance of fuzzy mutton and civet musk. The palate sings. It's a microcosm of culinary delight. A theme park of olfactory and gustatory attract. And if you think that's hyperbole, I've only just begun. This is even
Hyperbole.
better than I imagined. I always knew he was a skilled chef, but this...
So, why don't you go back there and help him out again in the kitchen?
Go back? What do you mean? I've never... Oh, all right. The cat's out of the bag. You've somehow figured it out.
Oh,
What
yeah.
my true identity is. Yes, I admit it.
Damn,
I am indeed
Sherlock
the son
Holmes
of
in
the
the
owner
building.
of CD's restaurant. It was a long time ago, but one day we quarreled, and I left the shop vowing never to return. But even after I left, I vowed that one day I would rebuild the restaurant. That's what started me on my journey to becoming Gordon Gourmet. Since then, I devoted every waking hour to learning about the culinary arts. After many years of
Okay.
study, I finally had an epiphany. I realized what...
You had a falling out because of the menu? But when your father saw your recipe, he was thrilled. All he could talk about was how he dreamed of you coming back. So the two of you could run the restaurant together, just like old times.
So he recognizes my ability. Oh, but it's too late. I can't go back now.
Yeah,
The
sure.
fact is, I abandoned him in the restaurant when times were tough. I'm ashamed of what I did. I can't face him again.
Son, I'll
You
follow.
mustn't feel that way, my son.
Oh,
Father, how did you find me?
My
follow.
apologies to the young lady, but I wanted to see you. I followed her after she left the shop. What do you say? Let's start over. You set out on your own, did things your own way, stayed true to yourself, working hard to achieve your dreams. And now look what you can do. The recipe that you created was amazing. I've never seen the likes of it before. What can I say except that I am proud of you?
But Father, I left you.
Not in my wildest dreams could I have conceived of such a dish. Indeed, if you had given it to me back then, I doubt I would have recognized its greatness. But worse, I wouldn't have believed you could be capable of such a thing. I always underestimated you, my son. For that, you have my sincere apologies.
It's all right. And for what it's worth, I'm sorry for abandoning you and the restaurant when you were struggling to keep it going.
Looks like you two have made up.
Yes.
Now let's get to it, shall we? We'll make CD's a success again!
Great, thanks.
That went well. A microcosm of culinary delight, did he say? That sounds rather tasty to me. Was it as good as he said?
Want me to pick you up some takeout?
You know what I'd prefer over that? If sometime you made me one of your specialty dishes.
I haven't spent much time in kitchens, but if you want something off a campfire grill, maybe I could rustle something up.
Let's see now, we teleporting again. It's time to get the dunes, just to check the board. That was great, now I actually got to do the quest.
Chocoboco!
Chocobocolina.
You did a fantastical job!
Here comes another train. You want to go to Luxurian Sound Station on the
Just for
Wildlands?
you.
Who doesn't?
Appreciate it.
Mine.
Every single side quest is done now, except for this one.
Every morning, we rise with the sun. That's how we do things. Chocobocolina! I'm so happy Saz found... Smell that air. It's another beautiful day in the wildlands.
Dun, dun, I mean, I could. Oh my god, I'm stuck.
I wish Father didn't...
I get a lot of business from travelers.
Just like that.
Everything you could possibly need for a journey.
Do this, save, all that, and then save, all that.
Do you have any require a...
soon be over.
Let life still linger, if only for one more day.
Day 11.
Good to see you again.
Art student. What's on there?
Light, do you understand the more souls you save?
Well, no shit. Let me just go and collect these assault greens.
Finally! It's rude to keep people waiting. This girl, she's got something she wants to ask.
What girl? Are you talking about that shadow?
Yep, and guess what? It's someone you know. Okay, you can come out.
Yule.
There are people here. They want to see you. All your friends. Huh? Hold on. What's going on? Oh, did you see that? They want to lend a helping hand, but you're too far. Even though they know what you're really feeling, what you need, they can't do anything for you.
I'm not looking for help from anybody.
Of course you aren't. You're God's hand-picked savior, right? You don't need friends or even family. That's why you can't find Sarah anymore.
Whatever.
Listen, you are the savior. You must gather the souls that still walk upon this dying world and lead them to a new world of salvation. But your sister's soul is invisible to you. And if you cannot see her, you cannot save her.
Okay, and how do I see her?
You must ask yourself, if it means saving Sarah, will you fight God? One human does not have the power to defeat Benevelza. He is all-powerful.
Then I'll find another power. Something beyond me, whatever it takes. Even if it kills me as well.
You cannot save anyone. Not even Sarah. Not as you are. Because first, you have to save yourself.
Okay, and how do I...
You should listen to her. She always tells the truth.
Right, not like you. But she's telling me that I'm missing something.
Well, yeah. Haven't you figured it out? I swear, sometimes I lose my faith in you. You don't even know the first thing about your own soul, but you think you can fight God himself. I don't think I've ever met anyone so dense.
If you know it all, then tell me. What is it I'm missing?
Nah, not going to be that easy.
It doesn't work like that. It doesn't mean a thing if you can't figure it out on your own.
I have to save myself. But how?
Light, can you hear me? Are you hurt?
It's all right. I'm fine.
But...
Look, I said I'm fine. Now just drop it, all right?
If you're sure. But you will tell me if something is wrong, won't you, Light?
I'm not gonna answer that.
I'm a splendid. I'm so happy.
I'm always happy to have a welcome.
Now it's day 12.
Sid reigns.
That was once a man's name, but now it means nothing. His soul has dissolved into the swirl of chaos. I take his form as a convenience, but I'm no more than a puppet.
All right, so who's pulling your strings? Benevelza?
No, not God. I am the voice of many, of the countless multitude who call chaos home. I am the speaker for the dead. Tell me, Savior, do you know the ritual they call Soul Song?
Vanille is planning to perform it at the cathedral. She says it'll release the dead from their suffering. I guess that means you.
Vanille has been misled. There is a truth she cannot see, a truth that lies within the unseen realm.
What do you mean? What truth?
You do not understand the role of chaos.
I'm guessing I don't.
The chaos will drown this world, but it's also the key to our humanity. When we die, we return to it. But only for a short time. When a man dies, his soul melts into the chaos, but the idea of it, of him, survives intact. And then he is reborn anew and returns to the living world. An unseen power exists in all of us. It's the chaos that we carry in our hearts.
Our souls are made out of the chaos, which is why they return to it when we die. But they survive there, waiting for a new body, which means you could be reborn in the new world.
If the Sacred One shows us the way, she is the only one who can tell us what to do. She has the power to guide us into the future, where we can live again.
She can do what I can't. Vanille can bring salvation to the dead.
Yes, but she doesn't know what she is capable of. The Order has kept the truth from her.
Why would they lie to her? They preach salvation.
Only for the living. The Soul Song will destroy us and make you forget we ever existed. Murder on a grand scale.
You want me to stop her, right?
Yes. And then you must tell her what her real power is, so she can lead us to salvation.
Is this what you all want?
It is, but it is not God's will. If you answer our prayer, it will mean defying Benevelza. Those who try to defy the gods end up controlled by them and are destroyed in the end. Like Sid Raines.
I remember Raines fought for humanity and he was killed for it, but the spirit that drove him to stand up to the tyranny of the gods didn't die. I kept it with me. Chaos is in all of us. It's the stuff our souls are made of, and it's the reason that the dead live on in our hearts and minds.
Yes, the chaos unites humanity, a thread woven through all our lives, and it's a power God cannot see. Its potential is limitless, and that makes it more powerful than he is.
But now you're gonna tell me that it's nearly impossible to tap into. Am I right?
Yet it is possible. No one can control the chaos. If you want to make the power yours, you must have the help of those who are inside it. You know what needs to be done. You know whose soul you have to find.
You mean Sarah? Are you saying I'll be able to reach her?
You must. With the chaos, anything is possible. Find the invisible bonds that unite us across life and death. Do that, and you will have all the power you need.
Chaos. It was the key to defeating God. If I wanted to use it, I needed Sarah's help. But Sarah, how can I make you hear me? I reach out with every fiber of my being. But is it enough? Can I do more? If I throw myself into the abyss, if I cry out to you, will you hear me, Sarah? Will you answer?
I guess we just have to wait and see.
Hold the world aloft. Give me another day.
How's life on the surface? Light, the end is almost here.
Right. And there's...
No, You can still carry out your mission as the Savior, but tomorrow in the cathedral, Vanille will perform the final rites, when the souls of the dead will be released from their... And when the clock strikes the hour...
It's an ending that not even...
Right.
Really feels like the end now.
It's been dying for 500 years.
I wasn't talking about the...
Then what?
Never mind. Time is short. Every minute's precious now.
Oh,
You're always...
and then you sleep. And with that, we're on day 13.